How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. A little bit of Bonn, hopeful goodness, in the form of their 5orone. I believe I'm saying that right. Or it could be Sauron maybe? It's a 5 and then or and then 1. I don't know if that 5 is an S or is it whatever. All I know is this is a 6.6% foeder aged Saison. They have a foeder at Bonn. They do pretty much bulk of their beers in there. Not bulk of them, but they do a bunch of beers in there, and they kind of let it do its thing. They pitch a bunch of stuff into it, but this particular beer, they just kind of let the foeder do its own thing as far as yeastiness goes, and let it kind of cultivate its own kind of personality, rather than pitching it with anything too crazy. Just let it go and see what happens. And I have a growler of it, and now we're going to drink it. That's how it works. So, yeah. Proper Bonn Place growler, mind you very much. Got this. Ooh, she wants to come out. Look at that. Aggressive beer. Kind of hit me in the face, too. I kind of like that. I like to be punched in the face by my beer every now and then. Just kind of wakes you up in the morning. But, yeah. Super. Let's get the opus towards the end there. So I kind of got some tasting notes going already, to be perfectly honest with you. I got a little nice soft kind of banana vibes. Got a little bit of just a little sweet pepperiness, so it's definitely Saisoniness based off of the splash to the face. But yeah, what do we have there? Not a huge head on that. I mean, it is a growler, but I mean, Saisons typically you get a little bit more of a kind of pronounced head on it. Nothing too crazy. A little bit of very tiny pinhole size kind of carbonation on it. Soft yellow haze, looks like apple juice. Looks color-wise what a Saison would be, just with that head being a little bit kind of sideways. Now, it was pretty, I don't think it was an aggressive pour, so it's not that the head would have been gigantic to begin with, but there's not a huge amount of carbonation on there, but we'll see what she smells like. Yeah, I mean, it just smells like a bumped-up classic Saison. And when I say classic, yeah, I mean, I guess you would lean more Belgian than anything else. It's not hitting you in the face with like a ton of banana or bubblegummy vibes, but they're definitely there. Yeah, definitely getting that soft bubblegum in there. Nothing too crazy, and a little bit of soft banana behind it. There's a soft peppery note, but nothing too crazy. It's pretty much dominated by those two kind of banana and bubblegum vibes, but again, they're not gigantic. They're appropriate size for what this beer is, which is 6.5% kind of naturally occurring Saison. I guess you would call it that way. Yeah, smells nice. Let's dive in. Cheers. There's vanilla in there too, by the way. Okay, that's nice. Got a nice tartness to it. Got a verging in that green apple skin territory. You actually get get this like really cool like nutty grain profile in there that's really kind of tasty. There's something else fruit wise in there. There's almost like a naturally occurring yeast kind of slightly mild ale kind of vibe to it that comes off maybe a little bit kind of apricot skin, if anything else. But yeah, it's got this nice soft kind of let's go stone fruit skinniness, leaning kind of apricot. There's a nice soft dryness to it, a little bit of soft vanilla to it, so you're definitely getting those foeder vibes. And then you kind of take that that bubblegum banana thing, kind of push it down a little bit. It's still there, but it's more like I wouldn't even call it secondary player. Maybe it's a team player. Everything's a team player, which is probably the best part about the whole beer. But it doesn't lean too heavily in one direction. It's not sour, but it's not straight. It's slightly tart, which is a fun thing. It doesn't get too spicy or peppery or coriander or anything like that, but it's there. An added component of that kind of like apricot skinny thing is really fun. And yeah, it's super drinkable. I mean, the carbonation is probably the kind of poopiest portion of the show. You want just a little bit more carbonation to it, but it's definitely not a overt negative to the beer. But I think it's tasty. I think it's good stuff. I mean, this is the stuff that, especially, I was going to say this time of year, but I like all year round, which is chuggable, drinkable Saison. This is a bit more aggressive than you would get from a French Saison. It's probably just as aggressive, maybe a skosh more than the Belgian Saison, but in a different territory, a little bit more like Americanized. That vanilla in combination with that apricot. It is very kind of old world tasting, but with a little bit of kind of new school nuance. The hops really aren't much in play there. Enough bitterness to kind of balance everything off. But tasty stuff. I think this was the second Saison I had from Bonn. And yeah, I'm a fan. I mean, I like a bulk of their beers. I mean, you'd see almost a ton of the reviews I do, I wear their shirt just because it's so comfy. But I also dig the brewery too. So what Sam and the gang does down there at Bonn is pretty good stuff. And to see them kind of even venture further outside of, I don't want to say the norm because a lot of people do Saison, but you're talking about a predominantly English ale brewery kind of dipping their toe into kind of food or Saison. It's pretty fun stuff. So let's talk about it. Is it one of the better American-born Saison that I've had as of late? Worthy of being in a conversation, definitely. I've had better. You know, I just went on a honeymoon and a trip to Vermont, so I had my fair share of pretty fantastic Saison, but it's definitely worthy of being in the conversation. And pretty damn tasty stuff. I do like how everything kind of works together, and it's a cohesive beer. A lot of the Saison that comes out, especially stuff that has a lot of moving parts, tends to come off a bit singular. All those tastes are not as cohesive, and that's probably my favorite part about this beer. Value and availability, I think this $7.50 growler costs like, I don't know, $8. And leave you with, if you like what we like this, if you like Saison. If you think Belgian Saisons are more your speed, or let's say you want a little bit more oomph from your French Saison, or if you want something that has a little bit of an Americanized twist, and both of those, for instance, this is going to do you proper. It's a really nice, well-done drinking beer. Go well with dinner, food, Christmas, Bonner jams, all kinds of things. I just like to say Bonner jams. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive. If you want to check me out doing podcasting stuff. I talked to Sam from Bonn before. You can go check us, sit down and talk for an hour or two. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice little Saison right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.